So now it's working. Okay, yeah, sure. My stream code thing doesn't exist, but then it does. Okay, now I gotta freaking edit the title because the title's wrong. Pixel art returns again. The return of the pixel art. Part 5, the return. Yeah, that's a good title. I think that's a good title. Description, pixel art, live stream. You know, this is very professional, but you know, I think this channel is anything but professional. Okay, let's see what we got here. So I've got music in the background, and it's copyrighted. So hopefully you guys can't hear it. I have my desktop audio set to 0. I'm gonna wait for people to show up before I get started here. I'm also gonna wait for some chat messages so you guys can tell me my volume's good and stuff, because I can adjust my gain. And oh, the thumbnail's still the same as the last one. I guess it's not a big deal. Can I change? How do I change that? Here, I want to change the thumbnail right now. What can we change it to? What's a good image? Let's go in my art folder. I wonder how my Christmas pineapple will work. That probably looks like shit, but I don't care. It hasn't updated yet, so I don't know. Okay. Wait for someone to show up. I should start shilling this link everywhere so people go watch me. Here, I'm gonna like my own stream right now. Seems like a good use of my time. Okay, post it here. Post it in Pixel Times, announcements. Oh no, that goes in stream notifications. I hope. Where else can I shill my shit? There we go. Alright, that's probably enough places. I get started pretty quickly. I got water with me this time. I always forget that. And I end up with no water, and then I'm thirsty. And I don't want to leave like 3 seconds in and be like, oh, sorry guys, I gotta get a drink, you know. I'm so fucking thirsty. Gotta be prepared. Alright, I'm just gonna get started whether or not... Oh, who else can I spam this to? Yeah, I really need like a iPad or something set up with the live chat. It's gonna be those boring start. You know, most streamers do some fucking shit where they'll have like, you know, a slideshow or something, or just like a fireplace so people can join the stream and then they get started. But if you're an idiot like me who's new to this, you kind of just talk with nothing. I want you to spend the night with my life. Well, thanks, Funk. I'll make a pixel dildo maybe. All right, I'm gonna get started. Andy wanted a tiger. Is that what it's called? A tiger shovel? What was I making for him? Not a tiger shovel nose, a Lima shovel nose? How do you say that? What's a tiger shovel nose? I'm getting my shit. Yeah, that's the bigger one. Getting my shit screwed up, aren't I? Or is that the same thing? Tiger shovel nose. Oh, that's that one. Okay, yeah, I don't know my big fish. Sorry, guys. All right, so I've got this. I've got some good reference images here. You know, we got that very juicy Tiny quality one. You can see I've already started a basic rough shape. Here's another image. Let's get that down to a smaller scale that'll be somewhat workable with. Now all these guys have a stupid bend in their tail in every photograph of them, which is great, you know, if you want like a cool angle, but making pixel art at this scale that isn't just, you know, like facing forwards or kind of isometric or facing like sideways, horizontal, I guess, is kind of a pain in the ass. George, I did pretty well, but we're gonna try it nonetheless. Hopefully Andy joins at some point so you can see that I'm actually doing what he asked me to do. Fix that shape a bit. This is gonna look so shit. This is the problem with these pixel streams. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I'll just stream for like an hour. I'll do like 3 pixel arts. I'll do 3 pieces, I guess. I don't know. And then I get into one of the something like this, and I just spend like the whole time trying to make it look right. That's gonna have to be smaller, I can tell you that right now. That's better already. So, you know, how's everyone doing? You know, it's about Christmas time, or, you know, whatever holidays you celebrate. I hope everyone's doing well in these times of COVID, at least for most of the world. And yeah, I don't know. No one's here yet, so I don't know what to say. You know, when people are here. This is boring. Downvote, make hoots. I already made hoots, you fucker. You know, Funk, I don't know if you're still here. Look how many hoots there are. Purple hoots, hoots in a hat, zombie hoots, Santa hoots, and pickle hoots. Okay, that's one, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 hoots you got. You got 6 hoots. You need another one? What other hoots do you want, Funk? You want another one? I don't even know if you're still here. You're not here, aren't you? Funk, I'm gonna type this in chat to him. Alright, this thing, I just know this thing's gonna be a pain in my ass. We're gonna have to have like a stripe going down it as well. Okay, well, let's fix up this. The body shape is going to be... It's a weird body shape, and then I have to deal with the fact that the finnage is going to be a pain. The finnage is always a pain with these guys, because I'm never sure if I should make it, like, more transparent, or... like, more solid. Okay, that looks good. And then we'll have the fin kind of like... whoosh. I guess this should be... See, he's longer than I'm making him. But then here he's shorter. Or I guess she. It could be a she. I don't know. I can't sex fish. I'm not cool like that. Oh, what the fuck. He's gonna end up looking like this. Like... Oh my gosh, okay. Yeah, even that's a bit better. So how long until I give up on trying to make this and I just scale one of these down and trace it? I like pixels. Thanks, Robs. Shout out to Robs. Let's go. Let's find another image of these guys. Maybe... Oh, this one's good, actually. Maybe we should just do this one. Flip it. No, not like that. And then resize 10 pixels. Oh god. What have I done? I'm an idiot. There we go. I always do that. I'll go to select it and then I squint. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay, put you there. Next to Bratfish. Yeah, that might be a bit more workable. I hope that's the same fish. Andy's gonna be like, that's actually not the same fish. It's actually a very close relation to it. So it's not the right one, so you gotta restart. Alright, so if we just... Yeah, this is gonna be way easier than trying to do that stupid angle. I remember Matt's freaking Mormarid over here. I still can't say Mormimit. I still can't say that properly. This guy took so long, and he still looks goofy. I remember that being such a pain to get that right. Like, that took most of that stream. I think the only... What else? I did the strawberry as well, I think. Wherever the strawberry... There you go. That was the only other thing I did in that stream. Because I always choose something that I think is going to be easy. Like the TCT bot, the little robot guy. I'm like, oh, that's going to be so easy. I'll knock that out in like 10 minutes. Not 10 minutes. I don't think I thought that. I'm not that overly confident, but like I'll knock that out so quickly, and then I'll get on to, you know, making other stuff. And then it didn't work. Okay, so that's our basic shape. Is that... So it's already too large, I guess. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, fucking hell. What was I trying to do here? I don't know. I had some idea of flipping it, and I don't know why. So that's still kind of large, but I mean... I don't know, maybe it's for the best. I guess what we could do is always... What I did with this guy over here... I don't remember what fish this is. It's been so long I don't even remember what it was. Is, you know, I made a big one and I literally just, like with all the detail, then I just resized it. I did that with the lionfish too, but the bigger one ended up being my favorite, even though I hate that lionfish. That lionfish is like one of the worst pixel arts I've ever done. Okay, so its tail kind of goes... It's a very rough outline. Its head's much smaller. His whole body's much smaller. You know what? Screw this. Let's just outline him. I know this is cheap, but I mean, hey, I think Funtimes does this and all of his look great, so he probably knows something that I don't. I've already lost track of where the face is. He looks so stupid. It's like the fish is supposed to stop here, but then I just kept going. Some freaking like shovel nose enthusiast is gonna have my head for saying that. Actually, the fish is much more interesting than your fish. I mean, yeah, I agree. Freaking merc tope of live bearers. Anything's more interesting than that. Right, that's a good start, I think. And then we'll just kind of outline him from there. You know what? This is something I've realized. When I do these outlines, I should use red or something to start so I can actually see where it is. It's funny, despite outlining this, I can tell you I'm not going to be happy with how the tail looks. I can just tell you that right now. It doesn't really. Sometimes you resize and you get these weird little blips that really aren't there. That's funny to me. Watch, my mom's gonna come in and be like, "What are you doing?" I'll be like, "I'm live streaming." She'll be like, "Ooh." That's exactly how the interaction's gonna happen. In fact, I think that exact interaction occurred in the first live stream. I'm sure someone's wondering, you know, why don't you do these more often? Because they're always fun. And, you know, I should. But, you know, before, like, winter, like, break and shit happens, like, I don't know. I'm just... Sometimes I'm a little burnt out. And I don't want to... Like, my commentary is already shit, okay? Like, imagine how bad it would be if I didn't have some energy. And I know it doesn't come across like I have any energy. But trust me, like, comparatively speaking, I really do. Okay, that's a good start. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna paste that next to it so that I can remember like the color scheme to kind of go from. And then we're gonna just start erasing the inside. And let's go for a bit bigger. This kind of rough tool is gonna, rough pencil tool is gonna do us some good here. And we'll switch back to the small one. We're just like hollowing this thing out. It's like we've encased it. And then we're just digging out the inside. It's like we're making a mold, except we've got 2 dimensions instead of 3. Yeah, there's Liam. Liam can say hi. I'm not going to mute my mic for that. Would streaming really be fun if, you know, nothing you didn't want to happen happened? Like, come on. I hope my dog makes like a silly sound. Where are you? Oh, hi, dog. Hi, Cash. Here, you know what, Cash? Why don't you say hi? You say hi to everyone, all 2 people watching this. There you go. There you go. My mom keeps asking me to do a pixel cache, but I just know it will be the most like deformed thing. It's either going to be an exact copy of some already existing like pixel art of a dachshund, or it's just going to be a deformed mess. I just know that, but I still think I should probably try it. Oh, there he goes. He's going to start honking at me. He's gonna go, oh. I'm not stopping you, go ahead.
Cash!
Yeah, that is Cash. He's crying.
There he is.
He's a baby. Alright, see, look how deformed that looks. So let's mark where the head is. So it's like... yeah, and there's his... there you go. There's your... Here, bro, here's your fish. Make that bigger. Let's kind of section this shit off. Wow, this is the most deformed thing ever. And watch, I'm gonna like at the end it'll be shrunk and we'll have all this detail, and then we're just gonna be like, okay. There you go. Looks like it's salmon. Long fishy, indeed. He is long. I'm not sure how I deal with that. You gonna stay or you gonna go? All right, cool. All right, let's turn this to black. Not like that. If anyone's curious, the reason I work on light gray, it's pretty obvious, you know, sometimes you want some white, and white on white doesn't really work. I'm learning though that sometimes I want to use light gray and then that's a pain, so I've started to use the Discord background colors sometimes just because they stand out in it a bit more. But I prefer working on this and then just transposing them to that afterwards, because half of these end up as Discord icons anyways. Okay. This one was requested by Andy. He wants this on a t-shirt, so that's gonna happen. I think he's getting it for his boss. So if you're Andy's boss and you're watching this, don't. Andy's boss will probably be like, oh, you know, the fish's anatomy, the art's cute, but the fish's anatomy is very off. Or not, he'll probably just think it's cool, you know. Alright, that looks not right at all. The tail fins are always the biggest pain. Like, I mean, to be honest, they never even look right. I think this is the best tail fin I've ever done. It's on the Upside Down Cat. I need to redo the Cory. That tail fin does not make sense. And I'm going to try to use proper terms for the fins. I remember in one of my videos, I think the tail fin, I called it the back fin. And Andy was just like, what the fuck, dude? Which is a very fair response to someone calling a tail fin a back fin. That's not even like a... that's not even like a term like only fish people know. Like, everyone knows it's a tail fin. Like, come on. I was just being dumb. And you know what? I don't even have an excuse for that, because that wasn't a live stream. That was the lionfish video, I think. That was post-commentary, so I have no excuse for getting that wrong. If I screwed it up, I could have just re-recorded my narrations. I don't even know why I made that mistake. Like, sure, maybe I made the mistake, but why wouldn't I just... you know, ask me 6 months ago? It was probably longer than that. I don't remember. And then he's gonna have whiskers. Good lord, this is gonna be the worst pixel I've ever made, isn't it? I say that a lot. I'm like, this one's gonna be the worst, and then it's like, oh, I love him. I love him so much. I don't think this can be one of those cases, though. Maybe we just squish him back a little bit, you know, like... I think that's honestly a bit better. I think the fin is too... The back fin, the tail fin. Well, you know what? It comes like... Zoop, and then the tail's coming out of it, so I guess it should be more like... Yeah, that looks better. Like, roughly, at least. Let's give him a stupid eye just so I can visualize it. Yeah, okay. That doesn't look right. Oops. Kind of goes like a triangle, so that's not entirely... Yeah, that's probably a bit better. And then we're going to need to have... Just draw it in here. We're going to have a black line along the body, and then that'll be black. So really, it's going to end up looking like this. There you go. There you go. There's your fish. I mean, that's... Yeah, that's kind of... I wonder if that photo is like edited or anything, because in these ones, they're much less intense. You know, these aren't great examples. It's like, yeah, dude, full quality wallpaper right there. Nice crispy JPEG. Funketeer what? All right. Well, Funk says in the Discord that he wants 10 hoots minimum. So I have more hoots to make clearly, and. Someone in Discord also asked this. Okay. Yeah, I can't tell what fish this is either, to be frank. Can I be frank? Was it the stream where I was in the trailer where I just started playing that? Just unprompted. No, I think someone asked. I don't remember. Someone was like, can I be frank? And I was just like, oh, let me show you. That was my favorite stream. The one where I was just in a trailer, not even at my house. That was my favorite stream. I wish I could do all my streams in a trailer. There's something comfy about it. Probably because I knew no one was going to barge into my room. But I do enjoy those moments. I think they're funny, so I don't know what it is. I keep checking Discord just because I'm afraid someone's gonna be like, that fish isn't actually the fish you're making. And then I'm gonna be like, well, shit. Make a pea puffer. I've been told to make a pea puffer. I need to finish my kind of current checklist. I still owe Melly a goldfish. Is Melly still around? Anyone know where Melly is? Tell her I still haven't done it. Where is it? It's somewhere here. The start of it. Or did I just delete it? Did I just fully give up? Oh, there it is. I like literally did the outline and then I stopped and then I never finished it. And the thing is, it wouldn't be hard. I could do it right now, but I don't want to. Because I don't like goldfish. I mean, you know, they're all right. They're good in ponds, I guess. Anyone in chat, start an argument about goldfish. Just do it. Entertain yourselves, because I'm not very entertaining. How are his whiskers? Like that.
Is this the live stream?
Hi, Mom. Yeah.
Sorry, can I come in for something or no?
Not really. I have a webcam. Everyone say hi to my mom. It didn't go how I described it, but it did happen, which I predicted. I know, right? Crazy. I predicted something that happens in my house on a regular basis. You keep aquatic isopods? Yes, I do. In fact, here is one of the containers. Here, can you see this? Yeah, you can. This is one of the containers. Here, let me shine a light on it. Well, now you can't see anything, but I'll actually see a few right now. I don't think I'll be able to show you. Maybe towards the end of the stream, I'll pop the macro lens on my webcam and bring it up close and see if you can spot me. But yeah, it's cool. Like, this is literally, like, they don't need that much of a requirement. I open this thing up like once a month and I maybe chuck a cucumber in it, and I don't even think I need to do that, to be honest. Let's hope I don't drop it. You know what? I'm just going to keep it here in case something interesting happens. Not sure what an interesting thing would be. I guess my leech coming out. Yeah, there's a leech in there. Did I mention that? I just did. No, that looks dumb. This song's good. You guys can't hear the song. I'm just listening to a random music playlist. Where do I find my isopods? I literally just go outside. There's a ditch outside my house. Like, it's a bit of a walk, but I just go there and I just scoop up leaf litter in like those yogurt containers, and then there's aquatic isopods in them almost every time without fail, even if I'm not looking for them. They just show up. I don't know if it's a, like, that's just because Canada moment, but whatever it is, it works for me. I wish they were better fish food, but from my experience, most fish that I have, at least, because I have quite small fish, so if you had something larger, I'm sure they would eat them. But for my fish, it's usually the first few times they kind of, the smaller ones, they might rip the legs off of and eat, and then the next few times they kind of just ignore them and don't care. So there's that. Does the stripe get bigger? I'm gonna look up another reference image here. Okay, the stripe goes... Okay, so I think the other image I loaded up might be a different... I don't know, I'm seeing conflicting things here. It looks like the line... I know you guys can't see this window, but it looks like the line kind of continues into the head. Like, but kind of not as dark. So I'll try to find a way to work with that. That's better. That's a pretty good start. I mean, I just need to figure out the head a bit better, I think, because the head is quite shallow. Squished maybe would be the right word. Like, look at this. That head's too chonky. It needs to be like, it's too much like this. It needs to be more like that. So let's figure that out. First thing I'm going to do is copy this, though, just in case it looks stupid. And we at least have something to work off of. And go like, bloop. Oh, it's so dumb. See, that's gonna be too long now is the issue. Oh, man. That looks dumb. Okay, I might just work with this like a bit more structured than I was going to. As in, like, let's just make it come down instead of go up. Like, make it go up a bit. And then... That looks so dumb. What a dumb fish. Maybe if we... I always say we. I don't know why. Like, I'm doing this. And unless there's someone in chat helping, immediately nobody likes fish. I do not sell aquatic isopods. I don't really have enough, or I guess... I know you could be like, well, why don't you just go catch them outside and sell them, but I do not currently sell aquatic isopods, you know. Maybe if I find... Maybe if there's a greater market for them, I'd consider it, but... I mean, I would... If I was to sell, I'd probably only consider selling locally, and at that point, if anyone really wanted aquatic isopods, I would just ditch pill them, as in explain to them the wonders of, hey, you know, you don't have to pay me $10 for these isopods. You can just go outside and get them, you know, because I feel like most people who care about aquatic isopods probably wouldn't mind going in a ditch, if I'm being honest. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong in that assumption, but it doesn't come across to me as this. People who care about aquatic isopods don't seem to be the same ones who are obsessed with cherry shrimp. I don't know if I'm right about that, but they don't seem like cherry shrimp aquascapers who are like, oh, my tank has a tiny bit of fucking mulm in the bottom. It's terrible. Okay, this isn't working. I'm just going to go with this one and do that and that. And maybe that. Oh, yeah. Okay. Head does need to be longer though. I don't know. Is that actually, that might be it. Not sure what's happening at the front here. Well, that looks dumb. I'm just gonna stick with what I had. Undo button, don't break. I don't know why I'm undoing. It's literally below. Oh no, I changed it slightly. Yeah, you know, that's okay. This isn't gonna be my best, I can tell you that right now. What do you mean by spirit? Okay, hang on. Okay, hang on, I gotta make one of the pixel arts, but this time a horse. Oh my god, so much in chat. I should make a horse. I should make a horse. I should make a horse. They are rare online. Yeah, I know. Look at like they're not. You don't find. It's weird. Like I don't see them on like aquarium supply things. You find them on like weird like children's science supply things. It's like, oh, run an experiment with aquatic isopods, and by experiment they mean give them 2 types of food and see which one they most like. Will I do a horse? Maybe. Mammals are a pain in the ass. What I mean by ditch, just like I don't know, like a pond except more of a line. I don't know how to describe a ditch. Like even along the side of a road sometimes. Yo, I love this so far. Thanks, Andy. I hope it's looking okay. I'm having some troubles with it. Every time you do a pixel screen, I take psychic damage from using MS Paint. You know what? Microsoft Paint is a good program for pixel art. I will stand by that. I would rather do pixel art in Microsoft Paint than Photoshop. And I am... Like, it's not that I don't know how to use Photoshop. I've acquainted myself pretty decently with Photoshop, and I still prefer to use this. Is it out of nostalgia? Maybe. Is it out of the fact that I can be like, oh, you make art? Well, I do it in Microsoft Paint. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit of that, but I like Microsoft Paint. I think it's a stupid program, and that's why it's fun. Okay, that didn't work. Maybe that. Yeah, it looks better, doesn't it? Alright, we should probably get to coloring this guy soon if I can't figure out the snoot. Would a stream work? I cry every time. I believe you can find them on, like, if you look, like, the muddy patches, like, along the sides of a stream, you might be able to find them. They're usually more, like, stagnant water than flowing water, so I'd look... like for like little outlets along the side of the stream, but if it's like running really fast, try the edges, and if not, you're not gonna find them in the middle. You might, but as far as I'm aware, they're generally like kind of stagnant and stinky areas. Every time I found them, it's been in an area that I'm like, oh god, this water smells disgusting. So then I end up with disgusting pond water in a cup, and then my mom's like, why do you have pond water? And I'm like, because isopods. And then my mom's like, well, you know, it's better you're in the ditch collecting isopods than smoking pot all day, I guess. I'm like, yeah. Okay, it's time to color this guy. Andy, is this the same fish? I don't know if you're still here. Is this the right fish? Because I want to base the colors off him, because he has nice colors. I just want to make sure it's the right one. Horse? Hi, Matt. Oh yeah, Matt. Let me show you real quick. The start I made to your... Good lord, this document is so like cursed. Where did I put it? I started your pixel guy. I was gonna make him a reindeer. There you go. I was gonna make him Rudolph. This is very rough. I did this in like 3 minutes like a week ago, and then I forgot about it until just now. Not just now. Here, let's move this piece of shit. Okay, for context, Matt is a guy in chat. Everyone, he makes pixel art too. He's good at it. He made this little robot guy that I absolutely butchered here to make it Christmas themed. We're gonna do that after. That'll be our second focus here. Yeah, Andy, the here I'll the one circled in red. This one is that the right fish? Because that's mostly what I modeled it after. I can DM you the source on Discord if you want. Thanks, Matt. Make Andy's profile. I mean, Andy can use this as a profile pic if he wants. I think I can put in the Santa hat after. I don't know if it'll fit in a traditional logo, but I mean, you could just use the not logo, freaking Discord icon, but I guess you could just use the head. God, that red is excruciatingly painful. Let's change that back to gray. Yeah, he looks like a really pretty one. All right, cool. I'll stick with those colors then. So we'll get started with the colors, which is always the fun part. Does this one look cute? I feel like this head is cuter. I might go with that head. I don't know if it's as accurate, but I might go with the head. Again, you know what we're going to do is we're going to copy you over here. I don't even know if I made any other changes to the body, but regardless, I'm going to just paste that head on. Yeah, sure. Okay, so colors. We got that there. We got a white belly, which is not translating because real life has shading. So, and already we're going to have to transfer this to a darker background because it's going to be a pain to work with. The problem with working with white is that if you want to shade white, you need to go into gray tones, and when your background is light gray, that doesn't really work. So I'm gonna have to work around that, but that's not really a pain. It's just something I have to do. Let's just make that perfectly white for now. And the head's kind of like that, and then we'll have to kind of taper out the black. I'll probably make the black purplish. That's usually what I do. Something like that. Yeah, okay, that's a good start. Oh, and then he has a fin here. You know what, we'll worry about that after. Let's pick up the colors in here. What do we got? Okay, so it's like this. So I'm gonna dye it all that. Dye it. I'm gonna... Why did I say... This isn't Minecraft. I'm not dyeing it, I'm just recoloring it. Good lord, I'm stupid sometimes. I just sipped from an empty cup. Okay, I'll blend that a bit better. Get out of your cup. You're making a noise. We don't want that. I feel like I can make the body a bit shorter. It's a little funky, but I mean, have the tails in these ever been anatomically correct? It kind of looks like a penguin, and I'm quite happy about that because I think that's funny. I like penguins. I think most people like penguins. Does anyone not like... Is there any like penguin haters in the chat right now? Let me know. Let me know if you're a certified penguin hater. You're just like, God, stupid things. I can already tell you there's too much green in this color that I'm using here. But I'm gonna do the one trick. Matt, I don't know if you're still here, but the one thing I will break from MS Paint is I will chuck these into Photoshop after and I'll reduce the color noise, because sometimes I end up using a color that I think works, but it really doesn't. So then when for example, if you look at this guy, he was too bright for me and some of the colors didn't work. So I just reduced the color noise and made this, you know, a little bit more dull. I did that with the tampon too, I think. Yeah, that's the original. That's the fixed one. To be honest, I think this one's fine, but the music note definitely needed that. Kind of smack some shit in here. Yeah, okay, that's looking good. I like that. Let's do some darker spots. That's gonna be too dark, isn't it? And that's almost too light. Oh well. We just kind of need to start with a rough idea. And we'll get a kind of darker shade along the bottom. And then a lighter one along the top, maybe. Yeah, it's looking a little blue, but again, once I hit that color reduction in the Photoshop, or the noise reduction rather, usually helps out. But I think that's actually a pretty decent start. I know there's literally like purple, blue, and green all on that tiny amount. That's supposed to be black, but... And I guarantee you I'm going to end up going over this with like, maybe stuff like that. Oh, I actually like how that looks. We're going to need a bit more variation though, like something like that. I don't know. All right, let's go to our yellowy color. So I think the base I already took from this, right? Yeah, I did. All right, what's our lightest one here? That's the same. Keep sampling the same damn colors. That's a bit darker. Let's throw some of that in there. Oh, you can't even tell. Sometimes that's good though. Sometimes like that bit of variation where you can't even tell. Because I feel like that looks better. Maybe I'm just playing, my eyes are playing tricks on me. I'm like, yeah, that looks better. You know, it looks absolutely not at all different, but you know, it took like 3 seconds of my life, so I think it looks better. Anyone do that? You like spend more time on something so you think it's better than it is, and you're not sure if you're like deluding yourself. Your brain is deluding you, like subconsciously. It's like, no, it's good. Please don't be depressed again. Or if you're just straight up in denial. I have that with art sometimes. Sometimes you spend so long on something and it just kind of turns out shitty and you're like, well, I mean, it could be worse. When in reality, it really couldn't. You just don't want to accept that you wasted hours of your life that you could have spent, you know, with your family or something, just making a shitty art piece. This is not an example of that, though. This is perfection on a plate. It's on a plate. You're in the Aqua 1 server, right? I believe I'm in Aqua 1. I'm in a lot. Yeah, that's me. That's me. I'm in a lot of fish servers, so because I'm a loser. Aqua 1 has the pixel art logo, so it gets a pass from me in terms of fish servers. Now I already know this is way too light, but bear with me. I'm waiting for the day I make a pixel bear and I can say bear with me, and then everyone's just gonna get mad at me for making the worst pun ever. But for now we're doing fish, and I don't know if any fish puns. Is that my filter? Did my filter just go? Or am I just hearing things? I'm really asking a live stream chat if something I just heard actually happened or if I'm going nuts. I guess I just play back the video afterwards if I'm really that curious. Okay, that's looking good already. One thing I like to do is something I've done more recently, I guess, when I do this is like you'll do the darker shading at the bottom, but then occasionally you just throw one of those darker pixels a bit higher. Just makes things a bit interesting sometimes. I don't know, man. I'm not really thinking about light sources when I do this. I probably should, you know, that's kind of a principle of art, but these are just cute little fish icons. Hopefully this turns out well. I want this to turn out well. I'm going to try to do a few of these month. You know, normally I don't do more than one at any conceivable point of time. I think I did one, like, I did a spring one, a summer one, a fall one, and a winter one. No, I think I did 4. Have I done 4? Hang on, I'm going to take a quick sec to look at my channel and see how many pixel streams I've done. Okay, I've done 4 Spiritual Scribbles episode, but 2 of those were pre-recorded. And 2 of those were live streams. And have I only done 1 live stream before that? I think so. Yeah, Pixel Stream 1. And then... yeah, I've only done 3 streams. So there you go. I've done 1 literally for every season. So here's our winter stream. You know, let's see if we can break the tradition and do more than 1 for winter. I don't know why that pixel's still white. Figuring out the outline. Oh, the tail's a little wonked. Tail's a little wonky. I've already said this, but have I ever made one of these where the tail wasn't wonky? I think the only exception is the upside down catfish. And I guess the cat. I mean, that one's okay. Bratfish is pretty good. This, I mean, what is that? Chunk is terrible. The discus is okay. Hoots is alright. The angelfish is pretty bad. This thing doesn't even have a tail. Pleco's alright. I think that's all the tails on anything except the dragon. That dragon sucks, man. Need more shading. I don't know what I was thinking. I remember, you know what? That's funny is I redid that and I was like, oh, this is way better. You can actually see shit. No, you can't. It needs more contrast. Like compare the hoots here to the hoots here. Like that, you can just see the evolution in, I don't know, understanding how to make pixels more detailed or something. Before anyone asks, I will be getting rid of the black border or outline. It just kind of helps me visualize things a bit better because you kind of get to work in a confined space and then you can branch out of that afterwards. Or who knows, maybe this will be the first one where I finally decide, you know what? I want to keep the black outline. I highly doubt that. I don't think I've ever deviated from that in one that wasn't like one of my giant pixel arts, because that's when they look really good with like a black and white or just a black border, black outline, like these ones. Oh, those aren't the good versions of them. Where are they? Like these guys look great with black. They wouldn't look good without it, I don't think. Have I ever done a black outline? I don't think so. The closest thing to a deviation from the norm was the tampon, really, because it doesn't really have an outline. I mean, it does, but it's not as substantial as like the other ones. It kind of just is. Okay, now here's the issue. This always happens, is I have a color, and then the finnage is the same color. That's the same in the truth. It's the same for the top and the bottom. so I think the workaround is we're gonna have to make this outline considerably dark in comparison, and also bring this a bit closer. And then if we get this and make it a bit darker, let's see how that looks. We can kind of, that's too close to that, I can already tell you, but it's a good start, maybe, perhaps. I think we're gonna need to go darker, but it's definitely better. And then now let's do some of what I wanted to do before. I think that line goes that thick, does it? No, it doesn't. So we should go more like, yeah, that's a bit better actually. That's much better. Then we can just like dot a few darker ones here, and then dot a few light guys like there. Okay, that's better. Let's look. We're getting there. We're getting to something. We can continue this. I want the head to be a bit, maybe darker. I don't know. I don't know why I want that. I just think it would be cool. And then on the bottom of the head, we'll do even darker. And the whiskers, darker still. At least the bottom ones. So they stand out a bit. We can even do a bit of shading, like just make them stand out a bit. And then these ones, we can just do that color. And again, just a bit darker towards the base, so they stand out a bit more. Okay, that's looking okay. I'm gonna load up a picture of this in a larger scale just so I can see if it's looking okay. What are they called? How do I keep forgetting the name of the thing I'm making? Shouldn't be that hard, but clearly it is. Okay, you know what? I think he has more on the bottom, it looks like. I'm looking at here, let me drop this photo in for you guys. Yeah, look, it's got like kind of going down and then forward. Where's the image I was just looking at? The one I'm using. Here you are. Yeah, it still has that. Oh, there's the side fin I forgot about. Oh, you know what? They have black dots kind of going throughout. And then the white also carries kind of into the bottom fin. So let's fix that. So we're going to grab gray, bit darker gray. I'll post this in the thing so you can see it. So look, you can see the white kind of carries all throughout here, and even the darker bit. So really the tail's just all the wrong color on mine, and then they also have the dots kind of going throughout. So hopefully that's the right one, Andy. Now it's bigger. Probably should have done that in the first place. I'm just gonna assume it's the right one and hope for the best. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? I have to change the colors. That could be a bit of a pain, actually. Maybe I don't want to do that. Yeah, I like that. Okay. And then this, we're gonna have to, you know what? Right now I'm going to do a sort of, let's do that. Oops. Okay, you know, that's fine. And we'll do that. Nah, that blends too much. No, that blends too much. I don't know what I was thinking there. Green. Let me just grab the Discord color, why don't I? I don't know what like the Discord dark mode like background color is. This here, what is that? Okay, it's like bluish blue, basically gray, whatever that is. It's generally a pretty nice background color for working with some like lighter gray tones and stuff. So it's gonna serve me well here, I think. Okay, I still have black outline here. Seriously. That's apparently more accurate to what I was looking at. And then we'll just shove the white in here. We'll fix the coloration in a minute. I realize that's not even white. That's like really dark. Not really dark. Slightly dark gray, but whatever. Make that white, I think. Yeah, that'll probably be better. And we'll just fill this all with like a slightly lighter. That is not the color I meant to select. You think by now I wouldn't be so clunky with Microsoft Paint, but at least I know how to use like right click and to get two colors at once, which saves a lot of time when making stuff like this, believe it or not. It's not really good, believe it or not. Of course you believe it. Like, oh really, you know, not having to change the color every 3 seconds saves you time. I couldn't imagine that. I'm liking this guy a lot, actually. I think I'm going to be quite happy with this one when it's done. I just made him too fat there. Slightly darker. Oh, now you know what? Now the gray's too dark for the friggin' Discord background color. But you know what? That's gonna mean is that I can probably just put this back on the gray I had it on, because I'm gonna end up making this like at least that dark. And I'll be able to visualize this better on this color anyways. All right, let's try that. Yeah, that's better. Went through all this hassle of trying to pick the right color, and then I ended up just switching it back. Now he does look goofy, and I'll tell you why. It's because the fin right here, right there, I haven't done that yet. I'm saving that for the end. So I know it's gonna be a pain. All right, bye to those who left. Hello to those who are here. I mean, it looks odd to you, but close enough. Okay, Andy. Do you think I should... I'm just gonna do it, and then, you know, if it's wrong... Honestly, what I can probably do, if it's wrong, like the colors are wrong, I guess, I'll chuck it into Photoshop, and I will just... I mean, I'm already gonna do this, but I can just slightly recolor it, so I don't have to, like, go through the pain. And I'll just make it, like, more gray or something. That sounds like a plan to me. I mean, yeah, this guy's looking pretty cute. Kind of cute. Nostril moment. Actually, does he have nostrils? Now that I think about it, he probably does. I mean, oh, he's got that. I didn't even see that. Oops. Well, I mean, you know, it's fine. Because let's be honest, if I do that, it's gonna look like oh, it's gonna look so dumb. I didn't even. How did I not see that on the fish? God, sometimes I'm an idiot. Or maybe I'm just blind. Oh no, we can't say blind anymore because what was it? Twitch? You can't call them blind playthroughs anymore. I gotta know, man. Did a blind person, maybe that's just a meme, but I gotta know. Do you think a blind person's ever just been like, hey, you know, I don't like the term blind playthrough? Like, I'm sure there's been a few, but I can't imagine. I feel like that was started by someone who just, you know, wanted to make themselves feel like they were a better person. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. I'm just speaking freely here. You know, if you want to prove me wrong, feel free to post some facts and knowledge in the chat, and I'll apologize. Well, no, actually, I won't apologize because I haven't done anything wrong, but I will correct myself. Okay, it looks like the dark bit should carry down a bit. You know, maybe even if it's not accurate to that image, I might carry some of the yellow through the top just because I think it's going to look better consistency-wise. Sometimes we have to sacrifice anatomical accuracy to make something look nicer, you know? I mean, I hope no one's going to be like, well, actually, you know, the fish fin isn't that color, so actually this pixel art is pretty bad. I'll give it a 2 out of 10. And then I'll fix it and make it the right color. They'll be like, well, now it just looks kind of bad. I'll be like, oh, really? Oh, really? I'm so shocked. I'm so shocked to hear that. I mean, that looks like fucking shit right now. Everything looks good except the tail, which is probably because it still has a fucking black border around it. Oh, no, that's not the black. That's the, that was the light gray or whatever. We got a big mess happening right here, but otherwise he's looking kind of cute. Looking kind of cute. I think it's looking great. Well, thank you. Hi, Serp. How to blind... You know, Serp, there's an app called Be My Eyes. You know, I guess you log into that, and then they ask you... That is kind of a question. I mean, personally, and I can't speak because, you know, I can see. But, I mean, I don't know how dangerous this would be. But I feel like I would just be hopping in the shower. Like, fuck, man. Like, scrub it out. If it feels clean, it's probably clean. You don't have to rely on wiping. These topics, man, these streams always like, how do we? I'm just making a fish. Like, how do we get to this? Well, actually, I do know how we get to this because I brought up the word blind. Why did I bring up the word blind? Where did blind come from? Someone say blind in chat. Oh no, I said I was blind, and then I talked about blind playthroughs. The way conversations evolve is so fucking dumb sometimes. I don't have anything like more, like, you know, constructive or I guess impactful or critical or anything like that to say. Just sometimes you're having a conversation, you're like, how the fuck did we get to this topic? And someone's like, well, you know, Jonesy over there, he was saying like, he was like talking about mountain men, and then we talked about how they have beards, and then we talked about how your great uncle Nick has a beard, and then how he one time like went on a bender for 25 weeks, and then it's just like, what are we talking about? Those are my favorite part of a conversation that spirals out of control like that is that moment when someone asks, why are we talking about this? And then the one guy or everyone, you know, kind of depends on how it's going, they start to recount like, well, we were talking about this and this. I always love that. I always found those moments funny. And I don't just mean like in media or like in television. I just mean like when those happen in general, whether it's in real life or in a show. I always just like that. I just think it's neat, you know? Yeah, this guy's looking alright. Not gonna lie. Not too shabby. He's missing, obviously, the little fin here. And I'm not sure how I'm going to make that work. I guess we'll make it white. Let me load up another reference image. Bro, should blind just open your eyes? Yeah, that is, that's definitely how it works. All blind people are actually just keep their eyes closed and they don't know. They're like, oh shit, really? Open my peepers. There's the world. Wouldn't that be so cool though? If you were blind and then one day you could just see. Who has it worse? I'm going to pose a question to you guys while I look at reference images and try to figure this out. Who has it worse? This might be a controversial question, but who has it worse? People who are born blind or people who have gone blind? Now I know you're thinking like, well, obviously people who are born blind, because at least people who have gone blind, they at least had the ability to see at one point. But I have to wonder if it's one of those like, you don't know what you're missing until it's gone kind of things. Like, if I never could see, I might have the desire to see. I might be upset that others around me can see. But then, like, on the other hand, imagine being able to see and then one day you just can't. Like, you really know what you're missing out on. And I don't know which one's more depressing. And I don't know why I'm bringing that up in a pixel art live stream. But here we are. I feel like no one's going to answer this question. Someone's just going to, like, say, lol, nice pixel art. And I'm going to say thanks, and then we're just going to move on. Perhaps that would be for the best. I don't know. Why do I ask these questions? Like, I could just not. I could just be like, I have this weird question. I'm not going to ask it. But then I do. And then sometimes people respond, and they're like, that is a weird question. Here's what I think. And I'm like, wow. Why did we ask this question? I get close to the computer here for a sec just so I can see. Yeah, okay. See, that's what's wrong, is it's too light down there. Why was I making light colors down there? I don't know. Why was I? No one can tell me. No one knows. I feel like I should start doing movie reviews. I have nothing, like, I'm not a movie connoisseur. I'm not really into movies. I'm not a good critic. So why would I do it? I don't know. Sometimes, you ever see something and you're just like, man, I just want to, I don't know, maybe this is just because I make videos, but sometimes I see a film or something, I'm like, I just want to make a video talking about this. Like, I have no idea how to structure a film review or anything like that. But then again, this movie that's on the screen right now clearly doesn't knows just as little about film as I do. So, what's holding me back? There's this film I think it's on Netflix. It's called, it's a kid's movie. It's called Pets United. My brother likes it. And it's the most surreal mess. Normally when you're making an animated movie, I think you choose between robots and talking animals. But this movie just said, we're going to do both. So you've got, like, the main character who's a stray dog. And then there's other stray dogs. And then there's robots. And, like, the leader of the city decides one day that he's tired of the city. And then he, like, releases the giant Ferris wheels like a spider. And then everyone leaves the city. And then the stray has to unite the pets. And they, like, fight the robot. And I'm explaining this like I know what's going on. I've not sat through that movie. I see it on and I laugh because it's just so absurd. And I guess that's why creative, like, limitations are a good thing sometimes, because otherwise, like, sometimes I'll come up with an idea and I'm like, sometimes you have an idea and you think it's great, but sometimes you just gotta, like, put your pride aside about your idea and ask someone about it, because sometimes it's just like, dude, what the hell are you talking about? Like, that's the stupidest thing anyone's ever said. And on the other hand, sometimes it's good that people don't do that, because, I mean, like, I don't think Ratboy Genius would exist without that. If he had, like, asked someone and they were like, oh, that's stupid, don't do that. Because Ratboy Genius is the peak of the internet. The peak of internet content is Ratboy Genius. In fact, if you don't know what Ratboy Genius is, stop watching the stream, go watch some Ratboy Genius, and then come back. That's what I think you should do. Everyone in the chat's gonna be like, Ratboy Genius is stupid, or what is Ratboy Genius? The fins always, it always comes down to the fins. I'm always like, I always end up with like 1 pixel there, and I compensate with a pixel there, and then I do screw up with the eraser tool. Maybe it's okay. We'll just get some darker yellow in there. Let's see if anyone responded to my freaking weird blind question. All right, here we go. Just imagine you're not born blind. My notification. Oh, hi, Francis. Why do movie critics even exist? No, not Rat Boy Genius. You know, it's taken me a long time to accept that you don't like Rat Boy Genius. And I still haven't. It's taken me a long time to accept that. And that time is still not up. You know, Critic, I feel like Critic, I'm probably going to get hate for this. Actually, no, I'm not. I've got 3 viewers. Critic is the most, like, fake job ever. Really. Like, do I need some pretentious guy? And they don't even have to be pretentious, but do I really need some guy to sit there screaming, Nostalgia Critic, and tell me about why a film's bad? Like, there are, now, I'm being a bit harsh there, because there are great, like, things that come from, I guess, critiques. Like, the Angry Video Game Nerds, I love the Angry Video Game Nerds. I know it's kind of maybe that's a normie channel, but I like AVGN, you know, and that's, like, objectively speaking, I guess he's a critic. But then you have people like the Nostalgia Critic who just scream because they don't get a joke. That's all Doug Walker does, is he just screams, like, I don't get it. Like, Doug, buddy, like, that doesn't mean the joke. You might not get it. Like, for example, sometimes movies will, like, make a reference to something and I don't get the reference. So I'll just be like, I don't get that joke. But, like, I don't start screaming, I don't get it, and, like, say the movie's bad because I don't get the joke. Like, no one in the world understands every reference in a movie. And if you do, bro, holy shit, go outside. If every time you watch a movie you're like, oh, that's a reference to the 17th movie ever made, you know, or oh, that's a reference to the indie film Lesbians Love Recycling, you know, like, dude, what the hell are you doing, man? Like, the movies are great, but, you know, this cool thing, it's called Outside, and I mean, I'm one to talk, but it is dark outside. What do you expect me to do? I actually went for a walk, so don't hit me with the why don't you go outside. Okay, we just need the fin here, and I'm going to declare this guy done. Well, I'm going to chuck him into Photoshop for a minute, but this guy's pretty detailed. This guy's pretty decent for detail. What we're going to do is we're going to copy this in case I fuck it up. I always love this. How do we go from this to that? Well, we didn't, to be frank, but I'm not smart enough, so this movie's done. That is literally what Doug Walker does. I mean, I wouldn't say it's because he's not smart. Well, actually, no, it's Pink Floyd The Wall movie. Yeah, no, he basically just made a short movie, a short film that's a parody. What's something I know nothing about? Francis, you're here. Give me a musical I don't know anything about. And then I can continue this joke. I have to keep checking the chat. Why don't you go outside? You know what, Francis? I did go outside. So, checkmate, atheists. Oh, you know what? Let me fill this with red. And then... because otherwise we're just going to have a muddy outline that I can't see. That was stupid. Yeah, that'll probably work. And then, white. Should it be white? Yeah, I think so. Kind of hard to see. This might be one of those cases where I sacrifice correctness to make it look better, and I'm probably gonna make it yellow. Heathers. Okay, yeah, Heathers. So imagine. So I know nothing about that musical, like literally nothing. So imagine if I sat down and I watched it like once, like not barely paying attention, and then I decided to make a 40-minute review of it. And that will prompt, it doesn't really matter which one. I just wanted you to give me an example so I can pretend I'm interacting with my viewers. Imagine, so I watch it. I really don't pay attention. And even if I do pay attention, I don't get it. And moreover, I don't make an attempt to get it. I don't really look up any videos explaining it. I don't read any reviews or any explanations online. And, you know, it's okay to just, you know, interpret something in your own way. But in this context, I'm not really interpreting it. I just straight up don't really understand it. And anyways, so then from that, I decided to make a 40-minute long review of the content of the musical. But instead of a review, it's a parody that uses terrible parodies with the songs that don't understand the points of the songs. What Doug Walker does is he recreates the thing he's criticizing, but it's not a parody. What he does instead is he'll recreate scenes from, say, Deadpool as a way of like, I mean, I think the reason they give is to avoid copyright. What I think it is that Doug Walker wants to be a film director, but he doesn't know as much about film as he wants you to believe. So he makes these shitty like little remakes. But the issue is, you know, it's one thing to make a little shitty remake or parody of Deadpool, you know, make fun of all the stupid shit that happens. You know, you can do that. But the issue arises when you're using... parody can be a great way of critiquing something, but what he kind of does is he makes a parody of the movie, but then he uses that to make points about the movie, which makes sense, okay? But the issue is when you're doing both at the same time, it's like, here's a scene from the movie, except it's not a scene from the movie, it's a parody I made that exaggerates a point I want to complain about, and then I'm complaining about the point from that parody. So what I can do is I can just exaggerate what thing I'm complaining about and make it seem way worse. And the issue with that is that, well, since this isn't just a parody, it's a parody and a review, you're not really citing your source, I guess. You can kind of just skew it whatever way you want. It's like, oh, I don't like this movie, and then because of this scene, and then I insert a scene I acted out myself where I exaggerate stuff I don't like. Like, I don't know, I don't like this annoying character, but instead of showing a clip of the annoying character, I just sit in my room screaming. What Doug Walker does is art. Doug Walker, the greatest artist of our time. I mean, who knows? Maybe his version of The Wall is like some like post-ironic masterpiece. I mean, I definitely laughed when watching parts of it, but not for the reasons he wants. I can tell you that. Is this better, darker? Yeah, maybe that consistency will be important. And you know what the biggest problem with his wall parody is that I don't watch much of fucking Nostalgia Critic, but I don't remember him doing anything to do with music, so it's weird. But I mean, it is a movie, so, well, like, it's a movie based around an album, so I guess I can understand why he decided to criticize it. But what I don't understand is, so I don't have any understanding of music, really. Well, I mean, that's not true. I play guitar, but like, I definitely don't have enough understanding of music to like make a parody album, and I can't sing. But the thing is, neither can Doug Walker. So why did he decide to make a parody album of an album he very clearly doesn't really care about, and then he can't sing? And all the songs are just the songs from The Wall, sung by a guy who can't sing, with a bad Dracula impression sometimes. It just doesn't make sense. It really, its whole existence baffles me in so many ways. Okay, I'm gonna chuck this thing in Photoshop, and we're gonna reduce some of that color noise and see if it looks a bit better. That's quite detailed compared to my. That's quite big. You could eat all my other pixels. That's the biggest one I've ever done. In fact, it just barely beats Balls. That's his name. It just barely beats Balls. Okay, let me open Photoshop, and I know you guys can't see this. I could switch the window. I'm not going to bother, frankly. It's only going to take a few seconds anyways. Man, what is Doug Walker's deal? I mean, clearly he's doing something right, because people keep talking about him. And I remember people being like, oh, do you see, like, I remember having a friend who'd be like, oh, there's a new Nostalgia Critic review. And I would try to get into it. I remember even back then, I was kind of like, this is, like, it's not that good. Oh, that looks better, I think. You guys can't see this, and that's kind of the fun of it. If I remove the JPEG artifact, whatever that means, it turns it into like a blob. Okay, let's chuck that back into Microsoft Paint. Yeah, nice background, buddy. Okay, let's compare these two. A bit less intense in the colors. And I'm just going to touch this up a bit myself. As in, probably just going to make a little lighter ones. That. Is that better? I kind of like the, I think I like this one more. Normally I don't go that route, but I think I like this one more. I think I might change. There's a bit too much orange in that, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just tripping. Just. Sometimes I under detail my pixel art, sometimes I over detail it. Right now we're over detailing a bit, I think. I don't know, I think that's pretty good. We just need this signature, okay, let's get rid of the border. And we need the classic. Where are you? I cannot have a fish pixel art without the bubbles. I think the only exception might be the pickle jar one for obvious reasons. And yeah, I was going to say I didn't think the zombie one has that. Let's fix that right now. I should have given the upside down cat like the bubbles going down, even though that doesn't make sense. And the funny thing is, I could make much better bubbles. Like I could really, I could do like some like circle and do some like freaking shading and shit. But why would I do that? This is perfect. This is how it should be. Oh, we need the stupid shadow I put underneath all of them, despite the fact that the light source is very clearly not directly above, because like it's more like coming from here, so the shadow should be like here, but I always put it here, and I'm still gonna do that even if what I'm doing is wrong and I know it's wrong, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Is Andy still here? Andy, tell me what you think. I'm gonna wait for you to do anything. New pixel art. Hey Shu, nice to see you. That'd be like if I started setting up a fish tank and recorded and uploaded it, or if you started doing baking videos. I still have to dub your baking video. That's my current project. I was gonna do that tonight, but then I thought if I don't do the pixel stream tonight, I'm gonna be sad. So okay, so that's done. I'll wait for Andy to show up. And Matt, are you still here? I was gonna Christmasify your logo or your icon, but I don't really want to do that if you're not here. But I guess I can. Do I have the source image here still? Thought I pasted it over here. Oh, there's tinfoil hat, Guffy. Did I just not have it? I swear it was over here. This is the most like obnoxiously organized. I remember making this shit. Actually, no, I think someone else made this. Someone else made this on my computer? No, that doesn't make sense. I don't know. I don't think I made that one. I'm getting distracted here. You know the most controversial pixel art I've ever done right here? Right here, Christopher Columbus. I did this for a project in like grade 8 because we had to like learn about the explorers and shit. So there you go. That's my most controversial thing. Actually, no, that's a lie. There's the there's that. We're not going to talk about that. That I gotta do, my Blackwater display. That's gonna be a pain in my ass, I know that. Francis, I appreciate your fake anger in chat. It makes me very happy. Alright, well I was gonna turn Matt's little robot guy into Rudolph, so I guess we'll just do that. Rudolph is such a fucked film, man. Like, it's cute and I like it, but like, it's so... And I don't just mean like, oh, they're bullying a guy with, like, they're bullying a disabled kid. I guess he's a kid, he's a reindeer. But just think about it. So, I don't know, like, if you haven't seen it in a while, you might not remember these details, but... So first of all, So Rudolph has a glowing red nose, which first of all is the most like absurd deformity you could possibly have. Like that's like if a person was born and they had a glowing red nose. But like imagine your baby comes out and he just has an ear that's like a glowfish. Like what? But you know what? It's a kid's film, so who cares? We don't need logic. Logic's stupid. I'm gonna make a fucking game theory on this shit. No. But so beyond that, then you have Santa Claus. Literally Santa Claus. Think about that. Santa Claus basically he tells who's Rudolph's dad? Is it Dasher? Is it Donner? Which one is Rudolph's dad? Doesn't matter. He tells him that he should be like ashamed of himself in a later scene because his kid was signed up for like flying lessons, but what, because his nose is red? Like and Santa straight up acknowledges that he's like discriminating him just because he's an asshole, because he's like, oh, it's such a shame, like he was a good flyer too. Like, bruh, I thought Santa was supposed to be like a giving man, but then he doesn't even care about Rudolph. Like, that's a little fucked up. It gets worse. So then beyond that, like the coach straight up kicks him off. He's like, oh no, you better get back home to your folks. You know, we're not gonna let Rudolph play in any reindeer games. Like that's like, that would be like I'm trying to think of an accurate portray. I don't know. That's like if a disabled kid wandered onto a basketball pitch. Wow, I'm so stupid. That'd be like if a disabled kid wandered onto a basketball court and his disability did not inhibit his ability to play. He just had like, I don't know, a freaking unicorn horn growing out of his head. And he had it covered up with some fake hair. Then the fake hair fell off. And then the coach was like, beat it, kid. You're weird. Like, after he had been bullied. But the kid started to bully him. And then the coach starts, like, it's so bad. And then, what's the moral? Santa's like, oh, wait, Rudolph, your nose can see through the snowstorm. Now we don't hate you. So I guess the message for kids is, you know, as long as your disability has a practical purpose, then it's okay. And also, I don't think they ever apologize. They might. I could be wrong on that. And then there's also the elf dentist. I mean, that's obviously the greatest part of the film. Whoever came up with that is a writing genius. Like, what if the elf... We need Rudolph to have a friend. The elf wants to be a dentist? Fucking hell, man. It's the best idea I've ever heard. Really? I kind of just pulled it out of my... Nah, dude, that's great. Elf wants to be a dentist? And the dude, after this pitch, he's like thinking the other guy's being sarcastic. He's like, okay, dude, you need to rub it in. I know it's a bad idea. But no, he genuinely loves it. He's like, oh my god, elf dentist. It's truly a great idea. Let's check chat here. Basketball pitch. Yeah, I know I'm an idiot. Spiritual watches and critiques the Rudolph movie every day. Yeah, I do. Your nose looks kind of glowy right now. My grade 9, 10 science teacher, shout out to Miss Rajiv, saw my nose being red and told me I looked like Rudolph, and I was like, okay, that's nice of you. Oh my god. I want to say like, oh, I wasn't affected by that, but clearly I was, because I'm here like at least 3 years later still talking about this. I mean, it was near Christmas time. I don't know if I'd be more or less offended if someone had said that to me, like, not near Christmas. Like, imagine you're just chilling out in July and someone's like, yo, you look like Rudolph. It's like, how the fuck do I respond to that? Like, the fuck you. Those antlers look pretty shitty, but, you know, it's a start. Let's make the nose... Well, if we make the eyes green, maybe that'll work. There you go. He looks like a clown. We could have some light emanating from it, maybe. That looks so stupid. What else do deer have? I know they're brown. I should probably replace this green coat with brown. Well, there might be too much brown going on. Let's try it. I should put George in a Santa hat. That's, you know what? We're gonna stop what we're gonna drop everything and we're gonna do this. Where's the Santa hat? I've got like the most intense music on the background. I know you guys can't hear it, but it's really adding to the idea of me like having this tense moment where I put a hat on George. Where is the? There it is. Are you guys ready to have your minds freaking blown? Merry Christmas, motherfuckers. There he is. There he is. There it is. That's free. Anyone can take that. Screen cap that right now. Anyone can take the George Santa hat as an icon. No one's gonna do it, but it's there. Okay, back to this Rudolph. This is terrible. I think it's cute. What's cute? The Rudolph? I really need to pay more attention to my chat. I've said this like 4 times in this stream, but I really need like an iPad or something next to me. Well, Frances is gone now. She had to go. So I will never know what she thought was cute. I'm going to assume she meant the deer or the reindeer guy, but... The issue is with this, I'll tell you what the issue is right now with this. Matt has a much, in terms of pixel art, like complex. Hang on, let me grab a pic so I can use this. Where's the server? Here we go. So there's 3 tiers of pixel art detail, okay, and there's nothing better or worse about any of this. I'm just trying to describe it and why I'm probably having a problem with this. So at the top you have Fun Times, okay? Fun Times does the most detailed, most accurate fish sprites I've ever seen, frankly. Not that it's a huge market, but I mean he does them better than me, so good on him. You know, and then you know, tier 2 is me. You know, you've got I definitely have, I'd say mine are more stylized, you know, they're more simplistic. Like Fun Times would probably be the size, like let's look at the upside down cat. His would probably be the same size as this one, so it'd be bigger, it would have more detail. So, you know, it's great. it's a great accurate depiction of a fish. I just like to make my cute little one, so that's why I do it. And then Matt, I'd say Matt is like not, and when I say this, I don't mean he's bad at pixel art, because he's not. What I mean is that the detail he puts into it, as in like the amount of shading and stuff, is less. And that's cool. You know, that's a more minimalist design, and I respect that. Normally I hate minimalism, but in this context it looks quite cute. The issue is when I try to throw my detail into it with something like antlers, because it's hard to make antlers look like antlers and not tree branches without detail. In fact, these look like tree branches right now. The issue is I'm blending 2 styles here, so I'm debating if I should just kind of add more shading to Matt's or something. Hey Liam, hey Cash.
Come here.
They like show up as a gang.
Don't you ever do this again.
Don't I ever do that again? I didn't do anything. But you know what the issue is right away? I was about to take away the Discord background. This can be a Discord icon, so I can't really do that. How much darker can I go? Wait, just add. And Matt, I don't know if you're watching. I don't know if you're watching in the future right now. I want to make it clear. The fact that I'm adding shading. Sorry about Liam in the back. You know, I'm not going to do anything about it. He's just vibing. What it comes down to is the reason I'm adding more shading is not because I think yours is not detailed enough. It's just because mine is, what I've added is too detailed. So if I don't do that, it's just going to look awkward. This always happens. They wander in the room, which is fine. But then Cash comes in. He hangs out on the ground. I don't know if you can see him there. I don't think you can. Where are you, Cash? Whatever. You saw the fur. That's him. He comes in and then, you know, he hangs out. And then I try to close the door so you can't hear background noise. And then he gets locked in and then he starts honking to get let out. It's just a funny predicament to be in. Anyone else have that problem? You're trying to do a freaking live stream and then your dog starts honking? Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe there's We should start a Dog Honkers Anonymous. Yeah, I was trying to propose to my girlfriend on Zoom, but dog kept fucking honking. You vibing? I wish you would say I'm straight vibing. That'd be funny, I think.
I pee, Mom.
Well, that's good.
Check your flag. Here I come.
She meant your red nose. Oh, thanks, Shu. You know what's funny is that's definitely right, and I couldn't put that together. Okay, Cash, do you want to stay or do you want to go? Say hi to the YouTubes. Very, very good. Very good, Cash the Dash. Would you like to stay or would you like to go? The good thing about my mic cord is that it's so long that I can literally go halfway across the room to shut my door. And I don't have to leave the conversation or leave the live stream. I mean, sure, you see me disappear on my face cam, but if it didn't have face cam, you probably wouldn't even know I was gone. Other than like my inactivity on the keyboard. But let's be honest, half the stream has been me being inactive and tabbing out to read chat. I've debated doing one of these with no commentary. But the issue is when I'm commentating, like I don't know if I have anything interesting to say. I like to think I do, but I probably don't. But at least when I'm commentating, there's a reason for me to stay focused, I guess. Because I'll be trying to talk about the topic at hand or something related to it. But if I just had music, I feel like I'd get distracted a lot, and then the stream would be even less work than it is. And I don't think that'd be good. Okay, you know, that's probably the best it's gonna get. I really want to do the big nose, but it looks so dumb. All right, tell you what, chat, tell me right now. Chat, aka Shu. Tell me right now, big nose or small nose? Let me know. He's singing God is a Woman. How is my chat rate 0? YouTube, that's just rude. What other analytics do I get? 7 likes. Big nose? Okay, we're doing big nose. Well, the average watch time is 8 minutes. You know, that's pretty epic. I'm gonna send this to Matt and just be like, look, dude, look at this, look at this fucking thing I made. Okay, this is too dark. I think that's the issue. Oh, you know what else? I just had a great idea. Don't the reindeers maybe maybe 2 left pixels. Yeah, you're right. Good call. You know what, even just make the light source one a tiny bit lighter instead. I think that's a bit better. I don't know. What was I gonna do? I had something I was gonna grab. Oh yeah. What do reindeer have? They have freaking jingle bells, don't they? Let me reindeer. I feel like that'd be a... Oh, you know what? No, I'm gonna look up Rudolph. You know what's something funny I used to rant about? I literally used to rant about I'm like, why isn't Rudolph used in more like Christmas media? You know, I'm watching Elf with my brother. You know, why ain't Rudolph in there when the reindeer show up? Oh, well, of course, freaking Rudolph's under copyright. You know, why wouldn't he be? Well, what's funny about that is, in the movie I just referenced, Elf, the snowman guy who narrates the Rudolph movie, and I think he narrates... Does he narrate the Santa Claus Coming to Town? No, I don't think so. No, that's a postman, isn't it? Anyways, that guy's in that movie. So they got the rights to him, but I guess they didn't feel like paying for Rudolph. Maybe Rudolph comes with a hefty price. I don't know. But yeah, the reindeers have the stupid collars. And I think those can be cute. And, you know, put some jingle bells on it. There you go. It's adorable. It's perfect. It's actually quite cute. It looks so dumb. How does it look zoomed out? Because that's where everyone's gonna see it. I mean, yeah, it kind of just looks like a robot wearing a Chewbacca costume with like a jester hat around his neck with a clown nose and like he ran into a tree. But okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I might make the body the original color. Now, if I can find Matt's freaking robot he sent me. Let me add Matt. Actually, let me just scroll up in the Discord. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, no, I found it. Okay. Whoa. Big. What the fuck? That was not resized enough. I found some, I don't know if the dimensions are weird, but for some reason when I resized it, it became lopsided. Even though I counted and recreated it and it was fine. I don't know, maybe my computer was just having a weird day, but... Okay, well the issue is that it's not really going to go with these colors, so let's just make it the original colors, but instead red. So let's go red all around. And then a bit of a darker red in some bits. Sometimes I just add a bit of like tiny bits of darkness, like that's too dark, or lightness, just to add a bit of texture. Sometimes you use something that looks flat, but if you add a bit of stuff like that, it can add a bit of texture and it can look pretty cool. Okay, let me get him, let's put him over here. And I always do this when I want a reference, but I want to make sure people know it's not mine. I put the giant red box around it. So like all of these are like Final Fantasy sprites and stuff I just use for like inspiration. And instead of looking them up every time or saving them separately and opening them, I just scroll over there. Oh no, I guess this implies that I didn't make these two, which is true because they're images. I think that's pretty cute. It's not great, but it's cute. Okay, this time, oh, didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna dump this guy into Photoshop and see if I can maybe work around the antlers having too much color variation. Let's see. Well, I can make a really depressing version. I'll show you guys that. Hang on. This is great, actually. Look how sad that was. Jesus Christ. That's like the most depressing Christmas thing I've ever seen. And I made it, so I guess good on me. Okay, let me see if I can do that again. But like not make it sad. Oh my gosh. I think I know damn well. I think the solution here is to just reduce the color noise of the image. And then I'm just going to up the contrast a bit to make it happier again. Yeah, that's good. I think that's better. Let's drop that back in. Oh, okay. I selected the wrong layer. Yeah, that's better. Let me make the box bigger. That is not the right color. Oh well. It's a bit better, and then just yeah, I mean, that's cute. I think maybe a bit more darkness there. I don't know, I think that's pretty cute. Maybe this isn't brown enough is the only issue. Get some more red in there. darkness imprisoning me. Not even listening to that. Why am I singing that? That's still too like pink. Let me just grab brown from here and make that very light. I can't even tell the difference, but I know there is one. It's like you can't tell, but then once you see like all of them changed, it's kind of weird. Kind of cool actually. I don't know, I'm happy. You know what's funny is this one isn't looking that bad anymore. I mean, Christmas is kind of supposed to be tacky, isn't it? I don't even think Matt's online, so I don't know how to tell him. Hello. Hello, that's Noxel, right? Remember that photo being associated with Noxel. Hopefully I'm not wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm going to feel like an idiot, so I'm just going to call you Chris for now. Well, actually, I'm not going to do that because I already called you a name, so if I change it now, I'm just going to seem like I'm not confident in my own answers. Oh, you can see the color disruption around there. That looks stupid. Hi, Dad.
What's stupid?
What's stupid? When you chuck an image into Photoshop and reduce the color noise, sometimes you get some weird effects.
Are you talking?
I'm doing a live stream.
No.
Say hi to the internet.
No.
Every person on the internet can see this. I mean, no, there's only like 3 people watching, but hypothetically.
Choo-choo.
I hope you guys heard the dog. I told you he was going to honk at some point, so you finally got to hear it. It is Noxel, okay. Which one do you guys think looks best? The depressing one, the oversaturated tacky one, or the bottom one? And also my dog says hi again. I don't know if my angle is good. There he is. Kesh, you gonna do some pixel art? I don't think he can do any pixel art, to be honest. He can try, actually. Here, let's give him the mouse and see what he does. Here, Kesh, do some pixel art. Amazing. He made those 3. I'm never removing those 3 pixels. I don't know what I was thinking. Pressing his paw into it up in the air and then trying to move the mouse around. But good job, Kesh. You're an artist. Look at that. That's amazing. 3 pixels right there. I'm gonna sign your name next to it too. Might be a bit big. Let's write out Cash. Cash. There you go. That's what he did. Never get rid of that. Bottom one, bottom one. That's what I thought. Andy, you're back. Andy, does it look good? This is the one that I like the most. Oh, no, I'm squishing that one. Okay, bottom one. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do is, I mean, this is for Matt, so he'll get to see it and he'll decide if he likes it or not. It's that our styles are definitely conflicting, I think, but it's still kind of cute. I mean, all the Christmas ones are kind of tacky. Like, where's mine? There you go. There's my. I love my Christmas pineapple. It's so stupid. Look how big that star is. I didn't have a choice. I tried making a small one, but it just didn't look good. I'm glad I did the Christmas tree. I'm glad I came up with that idea, though, because let's be honest, doing a Santa hat on everything is a bit overdone. I almost just put a Santa hat on Matt's and called it a day. Is that a second eye? It looks odd. Where? On the fish? Second eye? This is his eye, right? That's the eye. Does the CT. Thanks, Noxel. I appreciate that. Honestly, so did I. It's been a long time since I've done some. Cat have 2 eyes. He does not. Wait, the cat Fish or the cat? The cat has 2 eyes. The catfish has 1. Does it look like it has 2? Am I tripping? I don't see 2. Do you guys see 2? What's the blotch? Yeah, Andy, this is gonna be a real pain for us to try to figure out because this whole thing's a blotch. I'm gonna send you a screenshot on Discord and you can use snipping tool to circle what you're talking about. How about that? And you're gonna say you're not on Discord or something. That could be a real test of human communication skills, is try to convey what small blob of pixel art you're referring to. Good night, Mom.
Not too late.
Of course.
Stuff to do.
Everyone say good night to my mom. The other day I walked away with my mic and Andy didn't realize I had my mic, so he thought I just left mid-sentence, and it was quite funny. This one's one of my best, like, fish. I guess in terms of accuracy. It is hilariously huge. My favorite fish I've made is obviously Brap fish. But after that, it's probably the Upside Down Cat or Hoots or the Discus. The Discus still holds up, and that was one of the first ones I did. The Neon Tetra is pretty good, too. Fuck the Lionfish. Lionfish is F tier. F tier. This one's good, too. I mean, George is top tier, obviously. Tampon's great. Tampon's not a fish. In case you guys didn't know that, the tampon is not a fish. We can make it a fish, though. Just gotta... There you go. That's the tail. And some bubbles. There you go. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're talking about, Andy. Here, I'm gonna post and I'm gonna show what Andy is showing to add to the communication. So that pixel there, yeah, that was just supposed to make it look like it was blending more, but I can see how that could be interpreted that way. So let's see how it looks without it. Just chuck some random yellow there instead. Yeah, it's probably better, to be honest, a bit cleaner. Yeah, especially if I put it there, yeah. Does that look better? Andu. And-a-dee-dee. And-a-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. What is with me in pixel streams where, like, I make the greatest, most detailed thing I've ever made, and then I make something that's just kind of, you know, like, actually, no, the last stream was an exception. These are all pretty good. But I think back to the stream where I made the submarine, wherever the hell, right there, and then oh no, that's not what he looked like originally. He had the smiley face, right? Yeah. Okay, what was the final one I went with? Was it this one? I don't know. And then I think it was Matt edited it slightly when he put it on the bot. He made it look more like this, which I like better. I remember in that one I made that, and then I was so burnt out I just recolored donuts. That's all I did. Like that's so cheap. That's such a cheap, like, I guess that's what I do is I make a detailed fish and then I make like a tiny fruit or something. That's, yeah, I mean these three all went pretty hard though. That might be these two are like the only examples of ones that actually have expression. You should make a dwarf puffer. So I've been asked to make like a pea puffer like 30 times, but like by so many people. I know you're not talking about a pea puffer. I just looked it up and honestly, yeah, this guy looks pretty cool. Might make that another day. Hoots but puffed up. That is a great suggestion, and I'm mad that I haven't thought to do that. Like, the fact that that has never crossed my mind is kind of concerning. That might be the next one I do. I don't know. I think I'm going to try to do these a bit more often. I say that all the time, but I might close this up pretty quickly. I mean, I literally made this fucking beast, this behemoth, and then I did this little guy. But here, let me, you know what, guys? Make a little checklist here. I always do this, but you know, I'm not gonna do it in here. I'm just gonna do it in a notepad file. But Hoots but Puffed Up is a great suggestion. I'm not just saying that, like, really. And Noxel, the puffer you suggested is actually quite nice. I imagine if I want to capture, and for people who don't feel like looking it up, let me put it in the stream. This is the guy he's talking about, and I have a feeling it's going to look somewhat like the discus, which is good because I like the discus, but the discus was a pain because, at least from the reference image I was going off of, there's so many like conflicting colors, but I think this one worked really well because the orange and the purple contrast pretty well. Not as well as orange and blue, but you know, whatever. And this guy is, well, really, he's kind of browny orange and like teal, like, yeah, literally. So that's actually, I think that could be a pretty fun one to do. That's gonna be one of the ones where the coloring is harder than making it, I have a feeling. But I think it's gonna look really cool when it's done. Hoots but puffed up's a good suggestion. I owe someone a goldfish. I've owed someone a goldfish for so long. I've owed Melly that goldfish for so long, I should just do it. I owe my girlfriend a cinnamon bun and a raspberry. You can actually see the cinnamon bun. Where is it? Yeah, there. I stuck that in there. And I think that's it. All right, well, I think that's going to do it for tonight's stream. You know, we made a pretty cool fish. We made a okay pixel bot. I'm sure that's going to be one of those ones where, like the Mormarid, yep. Like this guy, I'll probably come back to it in a few days and make it a little bit better, but I hope you guys enjoyed, tuned in. Yeah, that's really all it is. Next time I'll try to have, I don't know, I'll get some non-copyright music in the intro, just to make it a little more structured, but... Oh, wait, hang on. I can't tell if Bucks is a crab with the sausage fish. You mean this one? Hang on. This guy right here. That is indeed the sausage fish. That's not the worst one I made for Buck. The worst one I made... That to be fair, that captures what it looks like pretty well. But Chunk, I could not capture the beauty of Chunk. I even have the reference image of Chunk just so I can scroll up and show people, like, no, this is what it was supposed to be. I need to clean up this document, man. There's a George hanging over. He keeps the universe in balance, you know. Watch, this stream's gonna get flagged for animal abuse because of Fat Frog. I think you think it's better? Better than what? Better than what, Andy? Better than the robot? Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's just Matt's really cute robot with weird shit slapped on it. If you mean better than everything else I've ever made. Yeah, probably. Except that turkey. That turkey's great. Look at him, he's flipping the bird. He's like, fuck you. Fuck you, I'm a turkey. I should do one where I just do like simplifications of everything, like my SpongeBob set. But yeah. I'm gonna wait for Andy to explain what he means. The Kim. Yes, I see. All right, well, on that note, my note of utter confusion. Funk this keyboard. Oh, Andy, how I wish I knew what you were saying. You know what, Andy? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna end the stream now, and you type in the comments what you really meant, and I'll pin it. All right. Well, thanks guys for watching. I'll try to do one of these, I don't know, next week or sometime soon. Enjoyed doing this, and yeah, thanks for watching. How many times? Every stream ends with me going thanks for watching 50 times, but thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Best fish I've made by far. Probably gonna make that a thumbnail, just that plus best fish I've made, which I've already done once, but can't hurt to do it again. We should always try to improve our art, right? So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, and yeah, we're about to hit 2 hours actually. Let's hit 2 hours.